Hi patients and friends, here's the 4-step headache protocol that I use at home for myself when I'm having one of those upper back of the neck, back of the head pounding headaches that can be brought on by work or play. There's a really good 4-step protocol that I'm going to show you right now. It's important that you take the time and the detail to do this properly. Don't be lazy about it, don't shortchange yourself, or it won't work as well. And the more you practice this protocol, the better you get at it, and really the better it works for an acute headache you're having now when you can't get in to get care. The first step is heat. Bear in mind this is usually a muscular problem when you're having these type of headaches, and it's these muscles up under your skull that have gotten too tight and they're yanking on the back of your skull and giving you a headache. So muscles respond well to heat. So in this case you want to heat these muscles up. You might want to lay down on a hot water bottle or take a good hot shower and let it drill away at your upper neck for a good 10 minutes. You don't want to use a heating pad because you want to use hot, moist heat. That always works better, and it's worth the extra trouble to make sure you're using hot, moist heat. Step 2 is to tenderize these muscles. So what Cam is going to do, let's assume he's having a headache and he's really sore on the upper left part of his neck. What he's going to do is take his hand, put it on the back of his head, and use his thumb to tenderize that muscle. So he might take a few minutes and need to dig around in there and rotate his head around slowly, he's not in a hurry, to find that spot that really lights up his headache and hurts. And at that point, he wants to squish that muscle and tenderize it like a bad piece of steak. Patients who I show this to are usually concerned about hurting themselves. And if you stick to the posterior, the backside of your neck, and that area that we've already established is giving you a headache, you really can't hurt yourself. The only thing you could do is not do this enough. You'd want to spend about 10 minutes on it, and a good trick is to really dig in there and slowly turn your head left and right, as if you're saying, no, I don't need a headache right now. You can even do this method laying face up if it's hurting that bad. Most of the times I've done this to myself, I find myself doing it until just my thumb gets tired. So maybe about 10 minutes. And this is where you'll probably start to notice your headache starting to go away. And this is where a lot of people cut it too short because they do it for 4 or 5 minutes and it feels good and they stop and get back to work. Give yourself 10 minutes. Clock yourself on it. Hit other spots, left and right, but make sure you hit the spots that really hurt. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Good. If you're hunched over, you're already tightening those muscles up. Good. And when you're done with that, it's time to stretch it out. So assuming the left side's the problem again, what Cam here is going to do is take his right hand, put it on the top of his head, and pull his elbow forward a little, and then just let his arm go loose and let the weight of his arm open up this trap muscle. And you can even reach down with his hand a little bit if you can. He's going about 45 degrees this way. Patients are often concerned if they're doing this right. Should I be going more this way or more that way? The important thing is to think about this trap muscle here and stretching it out. And when you can feel that good stretch in there, you're doing it right. So don't be afraid to tinker around and go in different directions. But you'll know when you're doing it right because you'll feel it. So now we've heated up those muscles. We've broken up some of the tight areas in there. And now we've stretched out the big trap muscles that are at least have a part of the problem. So it's always good, the 4th step, to apply ice up here and then lay down, face up, for about another 10 minutes. All these steps are about 10-minute steps. So in about a half an hour, you can kick one of these headaches if you take the time to do it and do it right. The first time you do this, you might notice only a little bit of relief for a short period of time, 20, 30 minutes. But with some practice and some customization, some tips I can give you, a little more detail for your specific headache, it can really have a huge impact. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me or do it through Facebook or our website, arizonaspineanddisc.com.